Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. A new product review testing video that I've got today, and this is for a product that I'm quite excited for. Now it is from I always do that at the start of a video. It's from a company called FirstSpear, and it's called their tubes. Now FirstSpear Tubes, you probably from this bag are thinking I have no idea what this is, but this picture may help you slightly. It is a product that I think is actually really cool. It is basically a new way to fasten kind of like your plate carrier or your chest rig or whatever it is, and it is kind of like a fast release buckle. So instead of having like a clip buckles, you know, where it's like, in fact, I can show you right here. On this one I have, this is my unobtainium gear chest rig for the M110A1. I use it to put in my Sega 12 mags and actually my XM5 Toxicant mags. But this has these regular clips, you know, like they're gonna go in, they're gonna go out, and it's fine and they're good. However, like, they're not as quick potentially as using some of these. And I actually was on the Unobtainium Gear website where I get all of my chest rigs and a lot of my equipment now. And when I was on there, I saw a little note in the corner of one of their chest rigs saying that these are compatible with FirstSpear tubes. Now, I had no idea what a FirstSpear tube was. So went over to Google, typed in FirstSpear tubes, and these popped up. And I've seen this style of fastener before, so I kind of knew instantly what it was. And then when I looked actually at the chest rigs that I already have, I noticed that this is the fastening system that you have on the Unobtainium Gear set. And that means, and basically what it is two different kind of areas where you attach your buckles. And I'm going to install it on here so you guys can see, and I can see because I haven't done it before. But these buckles effectively have like a little kind of inset hook like that. I'm going to basically thread that through and then put it in position there. These kind of have a similar design, if I can show you that closer. They have a similar design there, where what I'm going to be able to do is kind of thread that through and do the same thing with this, or I hope that's what I can do. So, and then similarly on these attachments here, I can basically put both of these into one, and it's going to be on this kind of, they call this the female clip, that the male clip. It's kind of the standard, but this basically will have like a little tab on it, like I have with my slings, and I'll be able to pull that and release it. Or that is what I think we're going to be able to do. So I'm going to quickly just install, I'm going to install one of these now just to see what it's like. And the other thing that I really like about this is these H chest harnesses, the kind of actual just harness that I'm attaching the chest rig to. I can switch those between my different plate carriers, and if I've got this attached onto that onto that H harness, I can just go between, and I can just say, oh right, here's this H harness, I've already got these attached to it, and I can just switch it straight onto another one. And the other thing is these are cheap. I think for this bit alone is $7.99. This bit, the male part, is $6.99. So you're looking at, for, you know, a plate carrier or a chest rig, you know, with two attachments, you're probably looking at, what is it going to be, $8 plus $7, $15. So you're looking at $30 to kind of like out-equip your plate carrier or your chest rig with this fast release system. So it doesn't look like there's a kind of issue. Oh, also in the pack came these two stickers, which I'm quite excited about, and I will put those on my little desk bench thing here. Tubes Mafia. It's very cool. If I block my face, Tubes Mafia. And then we have this kind of little skull thing just saying FirstSpear. And then a little discount code as well. I'm not going to show you guys that because it gives me 10% off. And I don't have an affiliation with this company. I did reach out to them separately, and so I'm not going to kind of, I don't have a discount code for you kind of that I'm not going to give away. So this looks like, what's clever with these is they almost have two different levels. Normally the regular clip just goes there. This one looks like I can probably use both just to secure that better. So let's try that. And it's probably going to make it harder to get off, but that's fine. If not, I can just go with the single because it looks like that would work as well. But I'm going to try this double mode. Just see if I can do that. Okay, so this is harder to get on. You guys can see. But I've seen these before, and I've got like guys I play with who do use this kind of like fast release. I don't know if it is actually from FirstSpear that they're using those ones from. I know that some chest rigs come with them as a kind of like default. So it may be that that's just what they've used. But when I saw this, I was like, you know what? I don't really have an issue with the unobtainium gear clips. But I saw the note and it was like, okay, you can use these FirstSpear tubes with our chest rigs, and we don't sell them on the site, but you can buy them directly. And so I was like, yep, I am going to go and do that. And I'm going to get a couple of them just to test them out. A lot of the time with products, what I'll do is I'll get like 1 or 2 of them. I'll test them out, and then if I like it, I'll end up kind of switching all my gear over to that. So I think if I like this and it just kind of gets rid of a lot of that issue, then I'm going to probably put it on everything. So there's that. That was pretty easy to install. I need to just thread that back through slightly there. But yeah, that's looking solid. So that's really like solid and in place. And now basically what I'm going to have to do is just take these two, or this one. The other thing I like with this potentially is that this is a separate lower. At the moment, that's kind of like the H is the upper 2 clips on the chest harness, on the chest rig, and the first inserts there. And then you have a separate lower strap that brings it round. And I always wear the lower strap. You don't have to, obviously, but I always do wear it because, like, why would you not wear it? But having them together and not having to like separately grab different bits, I think also is going to be really valuable. So what I'm going to do, what I have to do with this one is just unhook this, because I'm going to have to thread this back through. So I'm going to try and keep in mind where I have it on the actual attachment, so that I know that that is. Now what I've just thought is I must need to do it like this. Now this looks like it would be easier to separate. And again, I don't know if that is the case because I haven't tested it yet, and I will test it now, but testing it more in the field I think is going to be where it's really going to like show, because if it does separate, then I'm going to have to find a different way to attach this, because as you can see here, like on the actual, like it's not going to separate there like that, but if I push this down far enough and I like unclipped it from that bit, then it probably would end up coming out. Well, that's my thought on potentially what would happen. Okay, and then I'm going to do this one here. Keep this right there. And then I'm going to put this guy here. We're going to loop this back through. And hopefully I've put this on the right way. Because what happens is it comes with this, with the actual like little hook or loop thing here, and then it actually has these tabs which you just thread through. And now I was thinking it depends on direction, because what I want to do is pull it that way and up, so therefore it kind of slides out. So I need to separate this little tab and push it out to kind of release that. And so if I'm pulling, I need this on the outside. So I think that's what I've done here. But we'll find out. So that's what it's now looking like for this, this female part. So, moment of truth. I'm going to put this here as I would. And this now is in place. So all I need to do is take that, I need to slide it down, and that's now locked in. So let me just see if I can show you guys. Like my new camera here is going to follow me, which is probably good and bad. So now I've got this here. all I need to do is basically pull this out and up, and that's going to separate. So I think that this is going to be a much faster way of getting this on and off. So if I've got this here, let me just step back a bit to show you guys, and I want to get off my plate carrier, I just pull, and I probably will need to just hold the bottom there, just because it's not as heavy as a plate carrier will be. Or alternatively, I could pull and rip down, and I could do the same. So I really like these guys. I think I'm going to end up putting these on all my kit, just because I've got this little tab here now, but it really isn't going to make any, like, it's going to prevent me from having to go through and use, sit down so you can see, go through and have to use these clips. I don't know if I'll switch both or if I should just switch one, because really I'm only like undoing one side. But that now means that I've got that straight off. If I'm wanting to put it back on, it's a lot easier for me just to grab this one piece. I know when it's lined up. I'm not kind of worrying, is it twisted, is it not? And then thread it, easy, clicks in place, off, done. And it actually coming off, I think this is also built for real steel. Like, people are actually going to use this, you know, on proper magazines or proper stuff, not just for airsoft LARPing. So it's not an airsoft brand, as it were. So this is a really solid, like, nice little kind of tab here. I don't think that's going to break at all. And then boom, just having that to be able to pop off without pulling that out. Let's see if it kind of separates. Or so that's very, very solid. I don't know how it would, because it's kind of threaded through, so I don't know how that would break. The actual like quality of it's really good, and it's not sticking in. That was my other concern, is it's actually at the same height as these buckles here, so it's not sticking into my side. And then what I could do if I wanted to is just turn around and be like, okay, right, well, I'm going to put one of the inserts on here instead as well, and then I can just take this harness. I've got it all set up, the H harness. I just undo these two clips, and then I've got this here, and I'll put one on the other side, and then I'm literally ready to just, trying to see if I can, like, okay, if I put my shoulder up and give it some resistance, I think that allows me to do it. Let's have another check. So if I put my shoulder up and then I rip down, yeah, I can do it with one hand. Again, that is, you know, like emergency situations. You're probably not going to have it in airsoft, but if you're needing to get kit off of a teammate, you know, they're injured, you need to try and like dump weight to get them out of a situation. Being able to do that or yourself with one hand, as opposed to having two hands to like, have to like go through, do multiple clips. If I'm just able to, the other thing as well as actually is when these have weight in them, like when I've got magazines in, I expect it's probably going to be easier to rip it as well, just because it's like more weight there. Get it in properly. Not so much. It's not as easy to kind of do that. As in, it's just as easy. It's not like that's making a big difference. And it is probably a little bit harder to like settle it in, just because of these are like kind of pulling me that way. But if I'm doing that there, I can definitely pull it off. It's just kind of probably the same as it would be without. Right guys, so that is my kind of like initial unboxing, little talk through of these FirstSpear tubes, and I'm a fan. I think I'm going to put them on everything that will take them. So that's mainly all of my unobtainium gear rigs that I have. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts. Like, do you use these? Have you used them in the past? Do you like them? But I will put a link down below to the website where you can buy them. And again, if you have any questions, always write in the comments and I'll get to those when I can. I will not be giving any of these away at the moment in the members giveaways, but actually, you know, if I didn't like them, that's probably what I would have done and seen if someone else liked them more. But if you do want to become a member, the membership's there. We're doing regular giveaways of normally everything that I'm reviewing that they're sending me, which I'm not paying for. So if you are interested in that, definitely sign up, and I'd love to know. If not, why not? That's going to be the question for today. Thank you so much, guys. See you all soon. And yeah, we'll speak later. Goodbye.